The most I've personally paid for plush was $2.50, and that plush is in storage. That's Riley, the Douglas Cuddle Toy St. Bernard. And this was the most expensive plush that was a gift. My fiance got him for me a few years ago, and he was $300. But I do also have plush that are expensive now that I personally did not pay nearly as much as they sell for. The most recent example is Tyson. My Tyson was $15, which was a pretty normal price for them like a few years ago. The prices you see now, like, I feel are not normal at all, especially for like such a mass-produced plush. Tyson was around for 20 years. I think this whole section, I should say, would probably fit that category. I think Adelaide, Lester, Peanut, St. John, Squirt were all around like $20. I actually don't remember what I paid for Squirt. I know I got him from a collector. If I had to guess a price, I think it was probably between like $20 and maybe $80, like max. Rudy I paid $80 for. Piper I paid $2 for. St. John I think was like $40. This guy was $40, and they retail for around $1,000. Betsy was from a trade. Broderick was $100. Honestly, I don't think Broderick is like that sought after anymore. I think most of the people who want him like already have him. I do see a couple of them on eBay every now and again, and they seem to sit for a lot longer than the smaller ones. Major, the Great Dane, was I think like $100, but he was a gift. Bundy was from a trade, and Bubba I paid $100 for. Miller was also from a trade. Lassie was $100. Bridget was a gift, but I think she was like $30 or $40, and she was sitting on eBay for months at the time. Yeah, I think that's most of like, I guess, my more sought after plush that I have. But again, I didn't pay like nearly as much as they sell for now. But I think it's also important to remember that I started collecting like before Douglas like really started gaining popularity again, and before like TikTok like got a hold of the plush. But what you pay is like your own decision. So it's not a bad thing if you pay a lot, and it's also not a bad thing if you don't pay a lot or don't want to pay a lot for plush. That is completely up to you as a buyer. I personally like spending less on plush. Yeah, if there's any other questions that you guys have or any plush when you want to see, let me know and I will try to make a video of it. I think the weather's finally getting a little better, so I can go back outside again to get photos and videos of plush. But yeah, thank you for watching, and follow along for more Dog Wolf collectibles.